progress.
There's some lovely filth down here.
That filth is the coronavirus. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever the case may be. Welcome to Nerds of the Round Table. Today, it's a table for two.
Oh,
Hi, Garrett.
hey, Mike, what's going on?
Not much. I'm actually looking forward to this because since our first video together, it hasn't just been you and me.
Right, we've been on like panels and all kinds of stuff.
Doug talking over you the whole time.
I know,
constantly. So this is good for me. I'm happy to spend a little time with my friend Garrett. Just him and I and all the people who want to listen to us talk about the coronavirus.
Yeah.
All kinds of fun. So give us an update, man. What you been doing all week?
Not much. I'm just working on some like VFX prosthetic work and stuff on the side.
VFX.
Can't really talk about it.
Like
it's for the show. It's for the show.
Yeah.
But
by the way, I just want to let you know you will not be hypnotizing me with no belly dances, mister.
Oh, I can't whip it out right now. All
right.
I've been contractually obligated not to.
Excellent. That's what I want to hear.
I can't whip it out right now.
Whoops! I had the volume up. All right. Well, let's go ahead. Dadgummit, I moved this over here so I could look at you right below my camera, and now I have to move it. Oh, you know what I could do? Because I'm smart. I can move everything over here. First, I want to kind of eulogize just real quick. Hold on, I'm moving everything to the other screen. All right, and then I know I'm so very, very organized at all of this. We lost James Lipton.
Yeah, that was sudden.
All of a sudden. I mean, I didn't even hear about this before my earlier show. And so, Garrett, would you like to read the article?
Which parts?
I know it's pretty short.
Just from top down?
Yeah, it's not that long. It's just kind of a eulogy.
James Lipton, the creator and executive producer and longtime host of Bravo's interview series Inside the Actor's Studio, died today of bladder cancer. Oh, that sucks.
Wow.
So it wasn't sudden.
Nah.
They might have seen it coming.
Yeah.
At his home in Manhattan, he was 93. Well, he lived a long life.
Yeah. We don't have to go through the whole thing. Everybody knows James Lipton as the greatest interviewer of Hollywood knuckleheads of all time. Rest in peace, James. It's a little sad.
Yeah, it's sad seeing all of the people that like who just died?
Peter Tork.
No.
Yes, he did.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. That's what I was thinking of. Kirk Douglas. It's like all these actors and celebrities and stuff that you've watched and seen your whole life, and you just kind of you don't think about them dying. I guess you just kind of think it's going to be forever, and then they just kind of everybody's getting older and whatnot, and they just kind of pass away.
Here's the thing though, for you, so when you were in your formative years, your tweens, your teens,
right?
Who were like the guys you spent every day watching?
Like celebrity wise?
Yeah, because for me, it's like when I was a kid, I'd come home from school and watch the Monkees every day. So when Peter Tork died the other day, I mean, it didn't hit me as much as when Davy Jones died, but it's like he's one of these guys that was like there with me every day growing up.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, a lot of mine are like still pretty young. They're like in their 40s.
Yeah.
And 50s, like Joe Rogan, he's still up and he's totally fine.
Well, you just grew up on YouTube.
Yeah, a lot of when I was a small kid, like Fear Factor, that was a big thing when I was a kid. I used to watch
I do. I totally spaced that he was on that.
Yeah,
I remember him from talk radio.
Right. Yeah.
I
remember watching that when I was little. It was on the
great show, man.
On the like CBS or something, one of those rerun stations.
Yeah.
All the people that I used to watch, Seinfeld and that kind of those people, they're all still fairly young. So just
Yeah.
watching them getting older, and they're not the same person that they were before.
Yeah.
It's interesting getting
True.
older.
You know, I used to watch Leonardo DiCaprio on
He's a little guy.
one of those shows, one of those TV shows. I don't remember, with Alan Thicke. I can't remember the name of the show for some reason. It wasn't Growing Pains.
I
Some
was
other
about
one.
to say it's the only one I know.
That was Michael J. Fox, man.
Well, like Shia LaBeouf. There's one that I like. Whenever I was a kid, I used to watch Even Stevens all the time, and then like he's maybe 5 to 10 years older than I am. So then like watching his career go and him get older, and then as I'm getting older,
Right.
it's interesting. I watched Honey Boy. Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah, he wrote it
News radio, sorry.
about his child's like life story. So how he grew up with his dad living in hotels while they were shooting different shows and stuff, and it's a really interesting movie, kind of seeing it from a completely different perspective. Somebody that you see all the time, so you think you know who they are, but then there's like this whole other side of their actual life that you don't know at all.
Right. I'm getting corrected all over the place in the chat here. Peter Cork died a year ago. No, Fox was Family Ties. It's Growing Pains. Okay. What do you want me? Perfection from me? I'm not perfect.
So wait, what was Leonardo? Which one was he in?
Growing Pains.
He was in Growing Pains?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't watch that show.
He was like some homeless kid that the Seaver family kind of adopted. And then, he was just a young kid with a dream, man.
Punk kid.
Just a young punk, yeah. Oh, well, dang, 93 years old. I had no idea he was that stinking old.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably because he looked like that since he was 40. I think that might be it.
That's entirely possible. He's got this, what's Jean-Luc Picard thing going on.
Yeah.
He's always been an old man.
Right, yeah. So he doesn't seem to, kind of creeps up on you.
Well, enough about this depressing stuff. Let's talk about the coronavirus.
From one depressing story to another. China's box office plummets. Oh, really?
Do it. Yeah.
What for, though?
Because nobody's going to outside.
Oh, right. So they're just like holed up in their house.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they said, that the Birds of Prey it did really horribly in the box office because of that?
But
because Sonic, it was like right then.
Yeah.
Did Sonic go to China?
Oh, I don't know. Should we look at that? Good
question. But I mean, Sonic did really well in the States, so.
Let's find out, shall we? Search for titles. Sonic. Wow, Box Office Mojo changed their look.
International, yeah.
Domestic. Ah, here we go. There's no China.
Wow, so it didn't go to China.
Unless they named China something else.
Something other than China.
Asia Pacific? Hong Kong?
There's no opening.
There's no China. Taiwan kind of counts.
Malaysia, Philippines,
Chile,
Singapore.
That's the wrong continent.
Taiwan.
There's no China.
Yeah, wow.
Why did Sonic not go to China? Inquiring minds want to know.
It had to have gone to Japan, right? Japan is on the list.
Oh, yeah. But,
I mean, he's a Japanese character, right?
What the heck? Where's Japan?
I don't see it.
What is going on here?
But yeah, so apparently that was the excuse. Or that's what I've heard is the excuse why Birds of Prey didn't do very well. It's because of the coronavirus happening kind of at the same time.
Well, now we know that's a lie, don't we?
Yeah, right.
Actually, let's check Birds of Prey.
I wonder what kind of ripple effects this is going to have on
and the
like, movie
Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
They changed the title. What did they change it to?
Harley Quinn.
Just Harley Quinn?
Harley Quinn and the Fantabulous Emancipation of the Birds of Prey.
Such a dumb name. Gosh, why did they think that was going to work?
I have no idea. Oh no,
I don't see China on here
I
either.
don't
Maybe
see
it's
China
just
on here.
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. That's only 1.5 million, man.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting. 10 million in the UK. All right. Well, this isn't nearly as interesting as this. Overall, $1.9 billion in 2 months. That is a
Wow.
huge, huge gut punch. I don't know what this is going to mean for like the rest of the Chinese economy. I mean,
Well, because I hear that kind of the same thing is the similar thing is happening in other aspects of the economy. Like people are just not going out.
Yeah.
Like, is it completely halting? Is it good if the economy completely just stops and then starts again? Or is it worse that it completely stops all at once?
I know. Is there going to be like a snowball effect because everybody can't pay their rent for 3 months,
right,
or some crazy stuff.
Put on hold? Is the whole society just paused?
I don't know. Let's read some of this. China's box office has plummeted $1.9 billion over the first 2 months this year due to the coronavirus outbreak. A nationwide resumption of movie theaters and production is unlikely to happen anytime soon. So that's it. They shut them down.
Wow. So it lost so much money, they're just like, no.
Wow. Yeah.
Now, I don't want to be morbid here. I don't want to be morbid.
I know. That's where my head was going.
Right. But this could be good for our film industry, that we're not relying on China to boost all of our numbers. Because that's where everybody, they're okay with making kind of these kind of milquetoast movies to kind of apply across the whole globe. Now they don't have that other market. Maybe they'll just focus back on America and the Western world, at least. Not that I don't like China. Okay. Just saying,
Japanese. I hate China.
I'm just saying that, I'd like a movie that's focused on one area. I like Chinese movies, that are focused on China, and I like American movies that are focused on America. Let's not dilute.
I feel you. So you didn't like how they changed Meg into a movie where they're like, hey, let's have everything about this be like China,
right?
So we
Yeah,
can get lots of China box office money.
That stuff's weird. Or they cut stuff that they could put into an American movie because they want it to appeal to a wider audience, which I get is like, you want to make more money.
You mean like lesbians in Star Wars?
Oh yeah, yeah. So that's that kind of stuff. Right. But like just creative milk toasting
for more American lesbian movies is what you're trying to say.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Did I get
exactly
that right?
What I'm trying? You got it exactly what I was.
Wow, we work so well together.
We do.
So actually, what is happening here? What you're talking about, I think, is going to trickle into other stuff because, man, if China's manufacturing starts shutting down, and I'm real careful if I have to order something off of Alibaba, I'm like, all right, where's this freaking flu happening, and what cities are manufacturing still? And so, yeah, the place I'm getting some stuff from is not in the hot spots, thankfully. Hopefully it doesn't arrive here with some SARS on it. SARS, no. Sorry, SARS. Coronavirus.
Don't put that on SARS.
Don't want to insult the SARS. But yeah, the other manufacturing that's going to get hit, like book production, right? Computers.
I mean, like every manufacturer, like everything is made in China,
right? It's no longer going to be, can I get it cheaper in China? It's going to be, can I get it at all?
Yeah.
So that I can continue to run my business.
Because right now we don't have the infrastructure to build these things because we've just kind of let China do all that work.
And
now
right.
We're going to be out. Yeah,
that's right. Can we just like go down to Mexico, wipe out the cartels, take over the government?
That's what I've been saying for years.
Yeah,
I'm just take over China. Just go down Mexico,
there and just all those plants in China. Boom, 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 boom. Just build them.
Just make it extra Texas.
Extra. There you go.
Yeah.
Texas
2.
Texas 2. Part 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Part 2.
Part
Electric Boogaloo.
Part 2.
Yeah. Part dose.
All right. I guess the specifics. Losses were heightened due to the fact that the Lunar New Year holiday season started on January 25th. Yeah, that's another.
So it was an awkward.
They shut everything down in January, anyways, for the Lunar New Year. That's why you can't order anything for printing like all through the month of January. And then now they got hit also with that.
So it was a double takedown almost. Just in a very, very bad time.
Man, I'm curious. It seems like this did take the Hong Kong story off of the front page. Have you followed any of that?
No.
Right?
Oh, the protests.
Yeah.
Are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard about those. Those kind of went quiet for a while. I don't know if they actually went quiet or they just stopped reporting on it.
Yeah. Oh, it's not just cinema operators. It's film crews with less than 50 people can resume filming in Beijing if they are approved, but only if their body temperature does not exceed.
Wow. So they're running temps on people.
They're scanning people. Yeah. Have you seen these videos where I
saw the videos with the cars and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah. And they just drag people out of the car. It's like, you're too hot.
What do they do with them?
They just bag them and tag them, man.
Wow.
It's crazy. It's insane.
So,
although I don't want people to get too bloody paranoid about this.
Yeah, I don't think it's super high. Corona deaths.
Don't be too afraid. From the information we have, and I did share this on my earlier program today. So far, 0 to 9-year-olds who have contracted the virus have had no fatalities. 10 to 39-year-olds, you fall within that category, right?
Yeah.
If you get it,
right in the middle.
0.2% Oh, thank you for the money, Jojo.
And this is majority in China, right? I mean, they haven't had any deaths outside that I know of.
Outside of China?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have. We've had a death or two here in the States.
Oh, really? I thought we just got a couple of infections here.
Pretty sure it's a
contractions,
couple. I guess. But I just want to look. This is just if you're 70 to 79, 8% chance. Rough. It seems you're gonna die. 80 plus 14.8. So if you're sick, you're old. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But did you know? And I just looked this up. Influenza and pneumonia. 10% chance you will die.
Yeah. Yeah.
From just the regular garden variety influenza and pneumonia that people get all the time here in America. So
yeah, this is like what from what I've heard, it's just a bad flu. So of course it's going to take out older people because they have, they're older and they have less immune system and they can't combat it and stuff. But yeah, the 0 to 9 years, that's pretty good. I mean, right? That's really good. Like you'd think that they would be more susceptible.
Yeah,
but they're not. So I've heard that there might be something with like your genes that makes you more susceptible to it. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, nature takes its course. Yeah. I don't want to belittle.
It's not a super bug. Like people have been talking about it like it's some mass extinction. Like it's the same every 3 years or 4 or 5 years. There's a new one of these things where everybody freaks out.
Yep.
And then it goes away.
Yep.
It's like it's just another one of those.
Bird flu, the swine flu, SARS, blah blah blah. It just happens. Nature finds a way, says Bright Glory. But yeah, the thing about this is the transmission is through essentially spittle, right? So you sneeze, water droplet gets on place, and it can survive for 72 hours. So that's why it's more transmittable. Right? So if you're like one of these Doug TeNapel guys who never washes his hands, sick person.
What does he do?
I don't know.
Just lets him just
wipes his hands on the table at McDonald's and then licks it. It's just it's pretty disgusting.
What a sick freak.
He must have a heck of an immune system though, so he should be fine.
Yeah, he's building it up.
Although he is in that 50 to 59 year range, so
yeah, the numbers are getting higher.
Poor Doug.
Any day now.
All right. Enough about Doug. This is another topic I want to bring up. I'm kind of ramming through these topics for only 20 minutes. I'm gonna have to come up with.
We don't have the filler of Doug. Doug always
I
fills
know.
in all the extra. He's just talking for 10 minutes straight.
Yeah, that's how it usually goes. But this was interesting to me because I just had like a really long conversation with my manager, who she works with CAA and the other agencies and all this stuff. And we're talking about taking. So I don't know if you know about this, but I have a book called Deal with the Devil, my book. Right. Yeah. Well, it's been at this production company called Broken Road for like a decade. Okay. And it's got a director, it's got a screenplay, it's got we've just been stalled finding an A-list guy, and so the dude from Broken Road was like, what do you think about going to like Netflix or Amazon? And I'm like, heck yeah.
Yeah, right. Better than being in development hell.
Yeah. And if it's in a movie theater or what, nobody in China is going to go see it.
Right. Well, and movie theaters, that whole industry is slowly going anyways. So
yeah, and I watch way more Amazon and Netflix than I ever go to the movie theater. So yeah. I was fine with that, but it was, it was just a very long conversation. Part of it was about this shrinking budgets of Hollywood because of, the way the industry is shrinking. So I saw this topic. Well, let me refresh it because I don't know. I think that video has just been rolling and rolling and rolling. Man, have you seen the trailer for Invisible Man?
The one with the girl from what's that show with the red? I can't remember anything today.
I don't
remember. With the
I saw it in the
Handmaiden's Tale.
Oh,
that chick. Yeah. Is that the Invisible Man you're talking about? Yeah. It does.
Looks good. All right, let me see. When Universal released The Mummy, actually titled Invisible Man, How Universal Saved Its Monster Movies by Cutting Costs. When Universal released The Mummy starring Tom Cruise in 2017, the results were horrific.
Ooh.
The big budget reboot cost $350 million. Holy crap.
Which one?
The Mummy?
The Mummy? Oh man, that movie was a bomb.
$350 million. Is it just me, or are they just getting really stupid with the freaking cost of movies nowadays?
Yeah. They're getting bloated.
So the studio lost a sizable chunk of change when the film ended its box office run with a $409 million globally. Oof. And they probably get 40% of that money. So that's a huge loss. The Mummy was intended to kick off an interconnected cinematic universe dubbed the Dark Universe.
It's Kurtzman right there.
Kurtzman?
He spearheaded that Star Trek guy. He's doing Star Trek right now.
Anything else?
Let me see. What else he did? He did Star Trek. He did Spider-Man. He was involved with the Amazing Spider-Man series. They tried to do the Sinister Six, and that failed too. So,
okay.
He's not a good
Fuzzy Creature brings up Brendan Fraser or bust, and that's it. This is the funny thing because this is cursed, because that was what they intended to do with Brendan Fraser.
Curse of the
bring out all of the Universal monsters again in a universe.
I liked that movie a lot.
Heck yeah, dude!
I love those movies.
Heck yeah, Brendan Fraser and Rachel.
He was a good action star there for a little bit.
Yeah, I think he got Me Too'd or something.
Back in the day, before Me Too.
Yeah,
Me Too before Me Too.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. He was just one of those quiet guys. Poor dude. Gosh, he was just in a movie. Oh no, he was in a series.
Yeah, he hasn't been in much lately. What was it in?
He was in a series about the Getty kid getting kidnapped.
Right.
Yeah, he played John.
That was last year, the year before last year, I think.
I watched it last year, so I don't know if that was new. But that was really good. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. Fraser was in Doom Patrol.
That's right. Good call. I forgot
No
about that.
longer rocking the 6-pack, I'm gonna guess.
I think he's the robot guy, right? Yeah.
Oh,
You don't
so-
see his face.
he's a keg. There you go.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
After the pricey cinematic train wreck, the studio shifted its strategy away from weaving together its classic characters for the horror equivalent of what Marvel pulled off with the Avengers, and instead opted to create standalone stories that best suit each movie. The new
Smart.
approach was put on display this weekend with The Invisible Man, a sci-fi. Oh, did it come out? I didn't even know. A sci-fi thriller with Elizabeth Moss that debuted to $29 million. Blumhouse, led by horror maestro Jason Blum, produced the film for $7 million,
Wow, that's
excluding
really
marketing.
low.
Right? I mean, talk about going all the way the other way.
Yeah.
You know what's funny?
Blumhouse is like a hit and miss though for me. Sometimes they can have really, really good horror movies.
What are the other?
Sometimes they're
Blumhouse
really,
films?
really bad. Let me look them up. They do a lot. So let's see.
Yeah, I'm really familiar with the name. I haven't been connecting.
Blumhouse.
Do they do the girl with the dragon tattoo movies?
No, I don't think so. They did Get Out. That was one. I think they did.
I like that one.
Let's see what else. Upgrade. That was a good movie.
Upgrade. Who was in that?
Upgrade. It was like an independent movie. It came out at the same time as Venom.
Yeah,
It was
that's
where he got like a.
and the dude looked like a skinny Tom Hardy.
Yes.
Yeah,
That was really good.
that was.
A really good movie. Let me see. Sinister. I'm just going off of Google here. I might be wrong. Fantasy Island, that just came out a few weeks ago. I heard that wasn't very good. Get Out, pretty good. Black Christmas, not good. The Hunt. But it's hit and miss, which is kind of good. It's like I'm glad somebody's out there giving creators smaller budget films and like somebody's taking the risks to make smaller budget stuff. Halloween, not good.
You know what's interesting to kind
Happy
of bring
Death
us
Day,
to
good.
the whole Star Wars thing is that's what what's his face Ridley Scott was saying about Star Wars and what Disney was doing and why they were messing up was because they would take these great directors who knew how to do small budget films, and they give them $200 million to make a movie, and they're like, they have no idea how to do it. It's like it's like you're in third grade and you're getting straight A's, and somebody puts you in high school AP
college. You're taking them straight into the last year of college.
Straight to Harvard. They're like,
no,
but I was smart. I did a really good science project. But yeah, if you can, they have to graduate. They have to go through the stages of how to handle that kind of money. And anyway, $7 million. Excluding distribution and marketing, though its opening weekend was similar to The Mummy, 31 million. Ticket sales for The Invisible Man put this film on the glide path to profitability, proving horror works best as a low-budget genre. That's true. The Mummy.
You don't need high budgets.
Yeah. $350 million to make a horror movie.
Yeah.
They could have taken Tom Cruise and a camcorder and done like a
found footage.
Yeah, right?
He's an archaeologist. That movie was so, oh man, that was so dumb. Did you watch that movie, The Mummy?
I did.
God, it was so bland. I don't know what it was, just so boring.
Yeah, and as much as I love Russell Crowe, no. Was not.
No. I like Russell Crowe too, and he was not good in that.
Yeah. Invisible Man made an additional $20 million at the international box office, despite fears that coronavirus would impact moviegoing in parts of the world. You don't need to spend a lot of money on a really good horror movie, said Paul. Yeah, I'm not even going to try that. Paul D. A senior media
Garbadian.
Yeah, he just made that up. A senior media analyst with Plum Story. The Invisible Man proves that it's really about the core story and how it resonates with audiences. It's been always the best thing about horror.
Why did the studios need to be told this? Why do they have to learn this lesson? Like, it's so obvious.
Yeah, I was trying to get remember Marcus Dunstan, collector? We had him on one of the early episodes. I tried to get him on today, but he was busy because this would be right up his alley. Because
he was talking. Yeah,
I think the collector. I think they did that for. I don't even remember. It was freaking chump change, man.
Yeah. I remember it being doing pretty well. And I liked it whenever it came out. I was working at the theater at the time, and I watched it. I screened it. It was really good.
Yeah, I went up to Hollywood and watched the screening before it came out with Marcus. So.
Well, I mean, screening as in like I was a projectionist and I built the movie and I watched it the day it came out.
Well, you know, that's how you.
No, I'm not that prestigious.
No, when I was talking to him about because they were going to do he and his writing partner were going to Deal with the Devil at that time, and so it was before the collector came out. So he invited me and my manager up to go see a screening of it prior to. So that was cool. Yeah, and I mean for the tiny little budget they had, it looked great. You know.
Yeah.
It's all about not wanting to set a scene on a 747 that's blowing up in the sky in the middle of a thing with a thing and the stuff and falling to places, and then having 20 agents with guns and whatever. It's like you film small, you ideal small. Your story is about the characters and the horror, not about things blowing up.
Yeah, or giant CGI monsters and stuff. That never ever works.
Yeah. Oh well. H.G. Wells opening weekend. Our partners at Blumhouse don't cut corners when it comes to quality. Universal's president of domestic distribution, Jim Orr, said they constantly deliver hit after hit. Well,
arguably,
yeah. For Universal, there was a lot riding on the opening weekend of Invisible Man, though its efforts to build a dark universe were for naught. The studio has a handful of projects based on its monsters in the works, including Dracula, Bride of Frankenstein. Elizabeth Banks is also working on a separate film, Invisible Woman. Hey, they're stealing that from Marvel. Yeah, that'll probably be.
I'm going to pass on that.
Right? Invisible Man's doing well. Well, we have to have one for the women's.
Well, they should just make it a direct sequel. Just make this lady, the Moss in this movie, give her the invisibility injection or whatever it is that makes him invisible.
So you're saying he should give her the invisibility injection?
That's what I'm saying.
Garrett, this is a family.
Consensually.
All right. Not the struggle hug. Struggle?
Yeah, no. Struggle
hug? Is that what that's called?
Struggle hug? I've never heard that.
Let's see. Redneck says Universal Monster type set was an interesting idea that would seem to absolutely suck in practice. Shame. I don't think it would suck in practice. I think if you can build this, they could still do it. They should just do it on this smaller scale.
Yeah. You can connect movies together. They don't have to be huge Marvel budget movies.
Right.
But they can all be connected. Yeah.
And if you build up a cool modern day Dracula franchise, right? And then you do a freaking Dracula versus Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Right.
I would like to. Have they done a Dr. Frankenstein story in modern day? I'm sure they have. Right. Surely.
Let's look it up.
I cannot think of one though. But that would be interesting to see what that would be like. What's happening in your background?
They just dropped it on my head. I got a concussion. I, Frankenstein by Kevin Grievous, who I also tried to get on today, but dude.
That's right. That was like a underworld-ish style Frankenstein.
Well, Kevin created Underworld.
Really? Okay, well, I didn't know
that. The movie, however, bombed. So
yeah, from what I remember.
Yeah, I don't see anything Frankenstein movies. Here, Frankenstein in movies. Evil Dead. What the hell does Evil Dead have? No, doesn't look like. I mean,
just other popular movies. Yeah, so that might be interesting. I'd like to see that. Somebody like a grounded, real take on Frankenstein, and like creating a Frankenstein's monster. That could be interesting, with the same kind of low budget.
It would have to be
angle.
China.
It could be the coronavirus.
It would be,
the beginning.
Frankenstein. Frankenstein. Monster. Yeah. What would you do? I mean, I don't think you would want to be going out to the graveyard and chopping up people and all that stuff. It would probably be something more.
It could be like a synthetic, so like a doctor or something trying to make a synthetic body. You know, because you see these labs making synthetic flesh and prosthetic pieces and stuff like that. And like, what if one doctor was trying to make a whole body out of it, and he was trying to create life out of that? So that could be the Frankenstein's monster.
But he discovered that there was some missing clue, and that's the real brain. So he goes to the morgue.
And he takes a brain. Then it's the man with the two brains.
There you go. An abnormal brain.
That's how you could do it.
What was the name of the brain? Abby something? Lovecraft's adaptation's doing well. Color Out of Space. I still haven't seen that. Do you have a lot
There's
of time?
a Lovecraft adaptation that was actually good. I've not heard that. Is it on Netflix? Because I want to watch it.
I'll look it up. Color Out of Space. Who? Nicholas Cage.
The Final Frontier.
Ooh. I don't think I can. Can I do trailers?
I'll probably take it down.
Yeah.
Oh, it is a Lovecraft story. Sci-fi genre. Huh. Interesting. 2019. Yeah. I have to check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, his stuff is like notoriously hard to make into film because it's all just mind. You know, it's like imagination fueled. Like it's hard to show a monster that's unfathomable. Fathomable.
Right. It's gonna be a part of a trilogy, they say. Put the candle back. All right. You know, I just started watching a show last night. I think it's called I Am Not Okay With This. Have you heard of that?
I'm not okay with this. I've heard of it. I have not watched it yet.
It's about a young lady.
It's like a Stephen King-ish kind of.
It's Stephen
story,
King,
like Carrie-ish.
Yeah, it's a young gal. She's 15 years old or 16, something like that, and she discovers that she is developing superpowers. And I got about 4 episodes, and they're only like half an hour episodes. So we're like 4.
So they're not psychic powers like a Stephen King book would be. They're more superpowers.
No, she's got like legit superpowers. Like she throws a rock at a sign and like knocks it off of its foundation.
Okay, that could be interesting.
She goes like and blows down all these trees around her, and it's I mean,
well, they pitch it like it because it's the girl from It.
Yeah,
I think the trailer makes it look like it's a supernatural Stephen King kind of thing.
Dude, it feels like it takes place in the 80s.
Yeah,
right.
But it's not.
But the first episode, she talks about her cell phone, and then later on we see them using USB drives, But nobody is ever on a cell phone.
That must be a conscious decision to make it feel that way. Be almost like a place out of time.
Right. And all of the all of the cars are like these freaking trashed 70s crap junk cars. It's like yeah. It is yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but is it good?
It's like Gotham, right? Gotham feels like it's in the 50s, but they have cell phones and
right, yeah.
Right. Yeah, so far it's good. There's a little SJW-ism in there, but I
don't feel like you can't get away from it these days.
You can't. And then I went and I looked at the original comic. This was apparently I think a Fantagraphics book because it's based on a graphic novel.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. I'm looking it up.
Yeah, this is legitimately the whole comic is drawn like this. I'm like, I could have squirted out a freaking 500-page graphic novel in about 2 weeks if I drew like this. I'm like, is this what it takes to get a TV show made?
I guess if the story's good, ? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's quirky.
Yeah.
And everybody looks like olive oil.
That's what all the characters kind of look like that. They have like a Tintin look to them. Yeah.
But check it out if you don't mind, a lot of swearing and
I'm finishing up Witcher right now.
Really?
I have like the last 5 minutes. What did you think of it?
I couldn't get past the first episode.
I just either. I felt like I needed to finish it. I felt hold on. Now I watched the first 3 episodes and I just white knuckled it through them because I was like, I don't like this, but I'm gonna give it a shot. And then everybody that I told once I was at episode 3, I was like, look, I don't like this show. It's official, but everybody was like, it gets better. It's like, no. I watched the rest of it. It doesn't get any better. It's still bad. Like my problem with it is like the very first open. It opens with a cool spider fight, and it's a little cheesy, but it's kind of cool. And you're like, okay, The Witcher. I'm watching The Witcher. He's a monster hunter, right? And that's what I'm expecting to see whenever I go watch The Witcher. Then it strings you on for the next every single episode, waiting for you to go. Like you're just like going, where's the next monster fight? Where is it? No, it's not here. It's just melodrama. It's melodrama.
Seriously, there's no other.
There's like a couple more, and most of the time, whenever there's a monster fight, it's off screen. Like it's The Witcher coming back from a monster fight, and he's got like blood and stuff on him. It's like, ugh, I don't know. It's not for me. It's not woke. There's some woke elements. Like every single character that's not The Witcher is a strong female, but that it's whatever. It's not woke. It's just not for me.
So what you're saying is they gave you the promise of the premise, and then it turned out that was a lie.
The Witcher is not the main character. It's Yennefer, the witch lady. Oh. She's really the main character. She's the one that they keep cutting to more than any other character is her character, which she's okay. She's fine, but I wanted to watch The Witcher.
The problem is you're pronouncing the title wrong. It's witch, E-R.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
So you take the plot of ER, which is melodrama, and you add a witch to it.
There it is. It's in medieval times, and that's what it is. Yeah, it's a disappointment. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna watch a cool action hero dude kill some monsters in medieval times with a sword, and it's nothing but my feelings and my what. It's dumb. I don't like it.
Can you make me a witch, please? You're the most powerful witch ever, but we don't want to play with you.
Yeah, you're the girl that's the key to everything. Go get her. She's the key. Protect her. She's the key. Really sick of this storyline.
So I'm trying to remember from the first episode when she shows up in that one castle, and then dude's like, "Oh, she's going to discover you. You have to go out this special way so that she won't discover you." And then she follows her there.
Yeah. I was laughing really, really hard because I didn't know anything about the show whenever I first started watching it. I started watching it, and then it was like, okay, we started the first 5 minutes, Witcher, okay, it's good. And then we cut to another character. Then it's Yennefer. She's okay. She's a good character, but then they establish that it's like, okay, she's a girl. She actually has struggle, which is pretty good. But then there's this whole school of witches that are all women, and they're all super powerful. And then the Witcher shows up into a town, and there's like a wisecracking peasant girl, and she's like, I'm gonna wisecrack all that. Yeah, I hated her too. And then he walks into a bar, and then there's like, I'm a girl that used to be a princess, but now I'm controlling all these men's minds, and then it's like every single thing is female centric, which is fine. If that's what your show is going to be, that's fine. You have your a female centric show, that's okay. But it's just not for me. And it's like there's every piece of lore that you find out is like a woman or some kind of female aspect of the world. Like it's all the guys are all gross dudes except for the bard. He's a nice dude. But I just found it interesting. Like every single character is a woman.
Oh,
every
what about
backstory thing is a woman.
The sorcerer.
Which one?
The old man. Sorcerer.
Oh, the old guy. He's a dirty old guy.
Dirty old
that likes
guy.
naked ladies. We got it. He's the bad guy.
He's
The Witcher's pretty much the bad guy. They always make fun of him and stuff and talk crap to him. The queen is like the lioness queen or something. She's going into battle like in front of all of the other men, going into a hand-to-hand sword battle. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. It's not going to work.
It was just, I don't know.
But it's fine. If that's in the books, then cool.
Make it first. That first episode was just the characterization.
And the acting is, the acting was
acting.
He does get better. His overacting gets better throughout the show, but like,
well, that's totally what I want to hear from a guy who's been in the Tudors, who's been in multiple, $100, $200, $300 billion or $1 trillion, $1 million movies. This guy who's at this point should be a veteran actor. Now you're telling me he gets better.
Yeah. I think it
does it get better, or do you just get used to it? That's Yeah.
Because he's trying to play this, he's like super dark, like deep voice, and it's way overdone, and he's trying to play a character that has no emotion. So, and he's not doing a very good job at it. Yeah.
I mean, if they're looking for a character with no charisma, then they nailed it by casting Henry Cavill.
I like Henry Cavill.
I like him as a person outside of his body of acting work.
I'm trying to think of something he's in that's good. I can't think of anything. Look, the 2 seconds of reshot footage of Superman where he actually had like Superman's personality, he was almost good in Justice League. When they almost made Superman actually Superman, I like that. I hate that movie, but I like that part.
I must, dude. I want
at the end
so much. Wait, Justice League or Batman versus Superman?
Justice League. Towards the end, whenever they're fighting the big bad guy, whatever his name is, big CGI guy, he comes back and he's like a more like Superman than any other portrayal of Superman in the Snyderverse. He did okay. If all of the Supermans were that way. Yeah. You remember what I'm talking about?
I escaped that moment escapes me. I just
it's a forgettable movie, so
yeah, the only good thing in that movie was Gal Gadot and Jason Momoa. But I knew that going in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just to me really that bad. You have a movie like that and you cast two of the least charismatic people on earth to play Batman and Superman. Because they were just like black holes of charisma.
just sucking all the charisma in the room down to nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't like either of those movies. I don't like any of the Zack Snyder. I take that back. I like Man of Steel for what it was, not for being a Superman movie. I didn't ever really like Superman all that much, and I thought it was okay. So, but that's from somebody that doesn't care about Superman as a character.
Jay
I'm a
Hamilton.
Batman guy. So I thought it was okay, but then everything after that, it was not good at all, and those are very bad movies.
Who's your favorite Batman?
That's a good question. I don't know if I have like a really good favorite because they all. Kevin Conroy. Does that count?
Cheater.
Because he's the only Batman that seems like Batman to me. All of the film Batmans are like aspects of Batman, but they never get him quite right.
I've heard that before, but he's your first Batman too.
That's true.
Yeah. So that's what formed your ideal of Batman. But I have heard that from other people.
Yeah.
Probably true. But Batfleck, absolutely terrible. He looked the part.
As long as he didn't talk. When he was like punching people, it was okay. But his whole philosophy in Batman versus Superman just didn't make any sense to me.
He was a murderer. He was the Punisher.
Yeah. He was like, I'm going to kill Superman because he might be a bad guy. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Christian Bale, like Rhaegar.
He was good, but I don't feel like he did
he
Batman.
Didn't look...
At least the writing.
Yeah.
His acting is always good as Bruce Wayne. I think he was a better Bruce Wayne than he was in Batman, with the super deep voice and stuff, kind of overacting that part. But he was he was a good Batman out of the suit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like in his Batcave, investigating things, trying to figure out the bullet thing. And that aspect, he was really good.
Oh, look, it's Eden.
Hey,
how long have you been married?
9 years, almost 10 years. Why?
Sorry. Eden has to interview a married couple who's been married over 10 years for a school assignment.
Oh, no. We'll be back in November. Yeah.
That'll be too late for her assignment. What
would you say? What's your Batman?
Well, I would go with him, but like looks. Actually, if my perfect casting for Batman would have been Alec Baldwin in the 90s.
The Shadow.
He did
really good in that. I feel like that movie it's so underrated.
Yeah.
I never knew about it until way later when I was like in my late teens and I watched it. I was like, this is a solid movie. It's still a good movie. Yeah.
But in those days, man, when Baldwin was young and ripped and chiseled, dude, he was the perfect.
In his prime. He's a great actor too.
Phenomenal.
He's really well.
He's an absolute crazy person, but
but anyway, you kind of need that for Batman, just a little bit.
That's true. You want to get nuts?
Yeah.
I hate that scene. I get it so trouble with the fans because I hate the Michael Keaton Batman.
Yeah. I like aspects of Val Kilmer's Batman outside of the suit again. Like there's parts of his Batman that I really like. Whenever he got down to actually the serious scenes, whenever he's struggling with his parents' death and kind of like they allude to that stuff, he did really well. Whenever he's talking to Dick Grayson about being, taking revenge and what that's like and how it, it's just that he goes in the next one and then the next one and the next one. He's a good actor. I know some people don't think that, but
fantastic.
He's a great actor.
For me,
I think if he was in a better Batman movie, he would have done way better. If it wasn't like a Joel Schumacher movie.
The 80s, 90s Batman movies, Val Kilmer was my favorite.
Yeah, he definitely did the best.
Yeah, Batman Forever.
That Batman Forever is my all-time favorite movie, straight up. Because I watched that movie a million times as a kid.
Really? It's my favorite old Batman movie.
Yeah.
Of all.
I love that movie. It's so campy and cheesy, but at the same time, it's got serious parts.
All right.
And it's got Jim Carrey, and I love Jim Carrey. Like in the 90s, it's so Tommy Lee Jones is Two-Face. Come on, it's so good.
Holy rusted metal, Batman.
Yes. Holy. It's holy. Full of holes. So stupid. But I love it.
It was that level of camp, but here's the problem is that launching. Well, it's not a problem. Launching Batman '89, they were trying to get back to the roots of Batman, the dark, the
Yeah.
brooding, the
They kind of
scary
go through these
Batman.
cycles.
The what?
Like the first Batman in the comics, right? Were dark. He killed people.
Yeah.
It was kind of way darker. Then it went campy. Then it went back to dark in the 80s. So they're kind of following that.
Yeah, well, here's the thing: is a quick story about the Batman license. I listened to this whole interview with the guy that owns the Batman license. Like DC doesn't own the Batman license, I guess. This dude. So after the Batman '66 show came out, it was just this big, goofy, campy TV show.
Right.
It
Yeah.
absolutely killed the Batman license. Nobody wanted it. Nobody would touch it with a 10-foot pole. But this guy who just was in love with Batman, he went to, I can't remember who it was, the head of DC at the time. He was like, he knew the guy. So he's like, I want the Batman license. And these guys like, you don't want the Batman license. Like, nobody will ever touch
He's getting on the ground floor.
Yeah.
Whenever it's dip.
Got it like for perpetuity, I guess.
Wow.
For like $5,000 or something like that. It was like hella cheap, right? And so he spent the next, from then till 1989 trying to get Batman made right. And then he hooked up with Tim Burton, who had this dark version of it. And so he's like, yeah, this is the Batman, the way the Batman was back in the day. And so, but then, you got Schumacher, and then it just started going more and more back to the campy 66 trash. And that's what ruined it again. Because Batman and Robin was such campy trash. That's
and then
what
it killed the franchise again
for like a decade.
Yeah.
It wasn't until
Batman
Spider-Man
Begins, right?
No, it wasn't until
Are you
Spider-Man
saying like
came out. It killed superhero movies.
Oh yeah, superhero movies, just period. Like Spider-Man, then Spider-Man came out. Well, really, Blade. It was Blade before that. Blade, Spider-Man, X-Men.
Yeah, but Blade was kind of its own thing. Blade,
it was rated R, and it's like, it's more of a horror
more
movie.
A vampire movie than it was. It was an action vampire movie.
Yeah,
I'd categorize it with Underworld before I'd categorize it with Spider-Man.
True.
Yeah. So, but that's what happened, and now I don't know what's going to happen with Batman. It's just this.
I'm interested. The Matt Reeves, he's a pretty good director, at least from the movies I've seen. I thought Planet of the Apes were pretty good.
Oh yeah.
So I'm interested to see what his take on it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna crap on it until I see it, and if it's good, I'll praise it. If it's bad,
I listened to a short snippet of an interview with Matt Reeves, and he was talking about the Dark Knight trilogy. Mm-hmm. He was like, I really enjoy the Dark Knight film, but I feel like that was really more of a joke. It was that's why that movie was so good. To me, that's why that movie was so good, and that's what he was saying. Was really Joker?
Oh, Joker movie. Sorry,
The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
The reason that the Dark Knight was so good is because like the Joker was such a character pull in, and he owned all these scenes in there. And he just wants to focus his movie on Batman. And
that's
we go more into that. So
that's what I have always heard. Well, not always heard, but that's what I always say about characters is that a hero is measured by his villains. Batman has the best rogues gallery in comics.
Yeah, it's like Batman and Spider-Man, and I don't even know after that. Like those are the peak.
Have you seen Iron Man's rogue gallery? It's terrible. Yeah. It's horrible. So that's Iron Man was lips. Nothing to me. It was always nothing to me. But he's great in the movies because you can take these really stupid ideas and let's just do something better with them.
Do something good.
Yeah. What was the last one?
What?
Well, anyways, that's like for my book, Lone Star. Lone Star was actually the created as a hero to be a foil to Iron Cross, who's like the biggest, baddest villain. He's basically Nazi Superman.
Right.
So that's why I did that. Anyways, we're at an hour. Did you get a text back?
Okay. I have not gotten a text back. No.
Oh, that would have been great.
He's elusive.
Sneaky fellow. Hey, everybody, go check out. I have Quarter Black Garrett's link in the description.
Yay!
Hey.
Go.
So
Go follow me on my YouTube. I'm working on some videos. I might come out with some videos soon. I don't know what they're going to be about, but I know what they're going to be about, but I can't tell you.
It's a secret.
So,
ancient Chinese secret.
Yeah.
And then go down into the link, check out all the other stuff I have there. Bless This Mess, which is here behind me. You can see. Bless This Mess.
Oh, it's everywhere now.
There you go. And Lone Star. And do go sign up for the Magnificent Seven. And hey, it's been fun. It's been real. I like just hanging out, man.
Yeah.
No Doug.
Just stepping on everybody's jokes and
right.
Talking over everybody.
Yeah. All right, brother. Thanks for being here. Anything else you want to pitch before we bow out?
No, that's it. Thanks for having me on. It's fun.
You got it, man. Like, subscribe, share, do all that great stuff. Quarter Black Garrett. I'll see you next time. Everybody else?
See ya.
Shut up! Will you shut up? Now we see the violence inherent in the system. Shut up! Oh, come and see the violence inherent in the system! Help! Help! I'm being repressed!